So in this video I'm going to discuss Codeforces round 921 rated for division 2. So in this video I'm going to discuss first three problems of this problem set. So let's now start with problem number A. The name of problem A is We Got Everything Covered. So please listen the solution of this problem carefully because it will help later in solving problem number C also, because these two problems are both interrelated. So first problem asking, I will be given an integer n and an integer k. K represents starting k letters of my alphabet series. For example, if my k is 2, then it will represent a and b. Then what I have to do, I have to find all the subsequence of which I can form of length n from a and b, right? For example, in this case I have n is 1 and k is 2, which means all the subsequence of length 1 which I can form from a and b. Okay, so now what I have to tell them, what is the what is the minimum length string possible, so that I can make, so that every subsequence which I can form from using these k letters is existing in that string s. Okay. For example, the subsequences of a and b can be single a and single b. So I can simply write a and b, which will form all the subsequences of a and b of length 1. Okay. Now if my length is 2 and my character is 1, which means I have a characters like a, then how many subsequence can it form? It can simply form a and a, right? So answer is a and a. Now my number of characters are 2 and my length is 1. So how many characters I can form? Which means if I write it here, I have character a and b, then how many string I can form of length 2 using a and b? That are a and a, b b, a b, a b, and b and a. So what is the minimum length possible string which is possible, which is containing all these strings as a subsequence in it? That is AB and AB. Okay, so this is the minimum possible, because you can see all the strings are coming, A and A are also coming, B and B are also coming, AB and BA. By four of the strings are coming in this as a subsequence, but they are given answer A, BA and BA, BAAB. Okay, but this is also possible, because to make every possible length, to make every possible subsequence possible, what I have to do simply, for example, if my k is 4, so how many characters I have? Total I have 4 characters, A, B, C and D. Now what is the minimum length string possible which is containing all the subsequence of, for example, in this case my n is 3. So if my n is 3, what are the minimum possible? What are the sum of the possible subsequences? That are A, it could be A, B, C, it could be C, A, D, D also. So what I can do, I can simply repeat this string 3 times, then I will get my answer. For example, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C and D. Now you can see every possible string of length 3 I can make using this subsequence. For example, if I want like C, D and A, I will get C, D and A. Okay. Now if I want another C, D, C, C, D, C is also possible. So which means in short, if I want to get minimum possible length string in which is containing at most k characters, and I want to achieve all the subsequence of length n, what I have to do simply, I have to simply repeat my string for n times. For example, ABCD, ABCD and ABCD, which is equal to 3 times is equal to n. So this is the answer possible of my uh, problem number A. So if I show the code is also easy. What I am doing simply, I am simply making a string first of all of ABCD of total k characters starting from A. Then I am simply repeating that string n times and printing that answer. So it is indeed giving me good answer. So now please make sure you keep in mind, because this will help you to solve the problem number C. So this is problem number A. So let's now discuss problem number B. So it is a lot of math problem. Now what is problem asking us to simply, I I will be having a number n and I have to divide it in 3 parts, or I can say this number of parts. Now what is the maximum possible GCD of this answer? For example, like I have 10 and 3. So how I can divide 10 and 3? I can divide it in 4, 4 and 2, right? So GCD of this is 2. So which is the highest possible achievable. right? If I try to break it in three parts, 3, 3, 3. Now I am getting a 3 next. Total part should be 3. Now I am getting a 3, but I cannot write 1 also. Or I cannot write 4 also here, which is indeed wrong. So maximum possible GCD which I can attain by dividing k into 3 parts is 2 only. But how to get this answer? First of all, tell me, I will do a brute force approach on this. So now tell me, like I am having numbers like 10 and 3. Okay, which means I have to somehow divide 10 into 3 number of parts. Okay, one part with this, another part with this, and another part with this. So what is the maximum possible GCD of this answer? So let's suppose I am taking a GCD of suppose k. Suppose k is my maximum possible GCD achievable, right? So now tell me, if I can, for example, what is the GCD of this? What is the answer of this? The answer of this case is 2. Okay, so if we write it here, how many number of pairs of 2 I can form? So total number of pairs which I can form using 10 is 5. Okay, total 5 pairs of 2 I can form using number 10. Okay, now how many parts I have to divide it? I have to divide it into 3 number of parts. So if there is a possible, so if there is a number which is smaller than my number, which is smaller than number n, that number is divisible by that number. Okay, for example, if I am using a number I, and my I is divisible by number n. For example, in this case my I is 2 and my 2 is divisible by 10. And okay, now how many parts in my 10 should be fragmented if I divide it by 2? Total number of 5 parts will be there, right? Now my 5 parts is greater than 3, which means I can combine some of the parts to make my answer possible. For example, if k is equal to 2, I am dividing into 5 parts. So, but my only requirement is 3 only. So I will somehow summarize sum of 2, because I will make them one pair. I will make them one pair, because if it is 2, it is 2, 2, 2 and 2, and I only want 3 pairs. So I will somehow mix some of the pairs to achieve total of 3 pairs. Now you can see I have total 3 pairs. One pair is 4, one is pair is 4, one is pair 2. Now you see, okay. Now GCD of all this pair will also not be disrupted, because if my one of the part is 2, then I'm only multiplying with this multiple only. I'm only getting a 4 here, which means the GCD of all these numbers would be 2 only. Let me debug one more case. For example, I have a number like 17 and I have to divide it into some number of 3 parts. Let me check. Can I divide it into some 3 parts? Which is the maximum possible answer I can get? So it is a prime number. So let me take another number. Let it be 18. Okay, my number is 18. So uh, what are the possible numbers which from which my 18 is divisible? That is 2. That is 3. That is again now 6, and now last is my 9, right? So how many possible pairs of 2 are there? So they are total 2. So they are total 9 pairs of 2, which means I can write it 2, 2, 2. I can divide 18 into like this number of 2. Now you can see my number of parts are 9, and but I only want 3 parts. So I will summarize some of the parts. I will make it this one pair, make this one pair, and make this one pair, or any number of pair. Let's suppose it is now 4, it is now 8, it is now 4, and it is now 6. So GCD of all this is 2, which means I can get a GCD 2 as an answer. Okay, now another in 3. How many number of 3 I can get? So I can get total number of 6 pair of 3. Yes, I can get a 6 number of pair 3, but I only want 3 pairs. So I will merge this number of parts, a single part and single part. So what is the answer? It is 12, 3 and 3. Sum of all these numbers is 18 and GCD of all this is 3, which means I can also get a GCD as 3, and I want to maximize this value. Somehow you are realizing that I am only brute forcing all the things. Now what I can do simply, I can simply divide it into some number of 6 parts. That is 6 parts will be 3 only. 6, 6 and 6. So they total exactly 3 parts which I am getting. Now answer for this would be 6 only. So this is the maximum possible achievable. Because if I try to divide it into 9 parts, so how many 9 parts I'm getting? I'm getting a 9. I'm getting only 2 parts of 9. But my requirement is 3 parts, which means I cannot increase a part at all. I'm only getting less number of parts. So in this case, my answer is no. I cannot achieve this part. So if any of the point I'm getting a case like this, that my number of parts are now lesser than my required number of parts, which means if I'm going further more next in numbers, I will only decrease my number of parts. I cannot increase it anymore. So at any point, if I'm getting a condition like this, that I cannot increase my number of parts than requirement, then I will simply break my statement, because the my n ranges from 1 to 8. You can see here my ranges are 1 from 1 to 8, which means I cannot brute force at all. So at any point, if I am increasing this part, I will simply return. But this is not enough. Why so? Because you can see there will be some other case from which you will get it TLE using this method. Because I have tried this method in live contest and I am getting a TLE. Now what is the most what is a for example in this case I am brute forcing till 9. Okay. So you can say I will brute force like till square root of n, right? Because this is also possible answer. But no, this is not a possible answer. So what is the maximum possible achievable length? For example, in this case you can see what is my answer. Let's suppose I am having a 18. Okay, I am having a 18. I will divide 18 by some number x, and I will divide 18 by some number x, and the number of pair which I will be getting should be greater than or equal to my number 3. Right? This is the condition which I want to achieve, and this is the number which I want to get. So how to get this number? If I reverse the equation like this, 18 by 3 should be greater than or equal to x, which means my x should be smaller than or 18 by 3. What is 18 by 3? 18 by 3 is 6, which means my x should be smaller than or equal to 6. So this is the answer possible. So I will brute force from 1 till x all the numbers and check if my what is the maximum possible number which is divisible by 18 in this sequence, and that is my answer possible. So if I show its code, what I am doing simply, these are basic condition. If my n and k are equal, then my answer is 1, or if my number of parts are equal to 1 only, then I will simply print that number only. Now what I am doing, I simply brute force from 1 till n minus k. You can see n minus k, because you can see if my if I'm having a some number n and I want to divide into some pairs of k. So what is the maximum possible GCD attainable? So if I will divide n by some number GCD which I want, and the number of pair should be greater than or equal to k, because I can merge them at the end. Here you can see if I'm dividing 18 into some number of 2's, and my number of 2's are greater than 3, so I will somehow merge some of the 2's to get total 3 pairs only. So that's why I'm writing here that when n by g should be greater than k only. So if I rewrite this equation, I will get n by k should be greater than or equal to g, which means my g should be always smaller than n by k. So I will simply brute force till n by k, 1 from n by k, and if my number is smaller, if my I is modulus n is equal to 0, then simply check if by the way the condition is not necessary to check here, but elsewhere I am checking that if my n by k is greater than equal to k, which it will be always, then my answer is I. And simply if indicate it is increasing, then I will simply print no. So this is the answer for problem number B. So let's now discuss the last problem which I was able to solve in this problem set. So the problem says, did we get everything covered? So this problem is similar to problem number A. So what is a problem asking us? Very simply, in this problem, these are same pairs. N is the length and k is the number of lowercase character and a string s. But in this case, we do not have to find string s, and we will be given the string s indeed. Okay, I have n, I have k, and a string s of length k of length 4. Okay, now what is problem asking us simply whether there are all possible subsequences in this string which I am given of length n from first k characters. Okay, for example 2 to 4. Can I make every possible string? For example, I am having here 2 2 and 4. And what is my answer? What is my string? A, B, B, A. So what are the possible characters which I am having? The possible characters which I am having are A and B only. Okay, A and B only. So what are the possible string of length 2 which I can get from A and B? That is AA, BB, AB, and BA. Whether all the subsequent whether all the strings are coming as a subsequence in this string. If answer is yes, I will simply print yes. Okay. But if your answer is no, I have to print which is the one of the possible string which is not coming in this. For example, in this case, I am having string like this. What is my string? My string is 3, 3, and 10, and it is A, B, B, C, C, and A, B, and A and B. Okay, so my possible characters will be only A, B, and C only, right? So how many possible strings I can get? I can get like A. I can get like B, 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 C, 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 and A, B, C, and many more like C, A, B also, and B, A also. So there are many strings which I can get, but whether all the subset of these strings is present as a subsequence in this string. If answer is yes, I will print yes. I will simply else I will print the string which is not in this as a subsequence. For example, the answer of this test case is CCC. Right, there will be a string also CCC, but this is not present in this string. Like I'm only getting a single C, single C. Now you can see there is no other C present in this array or a string. So in this case, my answer is CCC. Okay, but how to find this? So according to question number one, which maybe you have understood. So if you haven't solved problem number A, please solve problem number A first. So what is the minimum possible string in which my all the subsequence will be there? The minimum possible string in which my all the subsequence will be there, like will be A B C, and A B C, right? This is going to possible substring. It can be another way also. Like I'm writing first of all A B C, then I can also write C B A, and I can also write B A C. It doesn't matter, but my all the conditions should be verified. For example, A B C should be here. My A B C should be here. The order does not matter in this case, but the number of time is matter. For example, I'm the what is the length achievable? The length is 3. So at most I can get minimum number of times. It should be 3 times here only. ABC, ABC, or ABC, or I can make it permuted also like CAB or BAC also, but it should be at least 3 times. Okay, and in continuous order. But which means if I'm having like ABC and C and write A and B, now you will say that here is A, here is A, here is B, and here is C. Here is A, B, and C, A, B, C. No, this is not a valid case. It should be in order also, because A, B, C should be as a in order also, which means A, B, C, A, B, C, and A, B, C. This is a matter this is the order which matters in this question. So this is a simply answer of this problem also. I have a time to. I will simply try to make this type of string from this given string to me. For example, if I try to make in this case, like okay, so what is the string possible which I want? The string possible which I want only A, B, C, or I can also get A, C, B, or C, A, B. So okay, so I can also get C, B, A also, and A, C, B also, and one more is left like A, C, BAC, right? So these are the possible subsequence which I want to check whether they are present in this in 3 times only and in the order also. So right, first of all, what I'm getting a A. I'm getting a A. Okay, A. Now another A. No, it does not matter because I want in order. I have a B. Okay. I have a C. Okay. Now I am having ABC. ABC is one more time is done. Okay. Now I am getting a C. Right. I have read C. I'm getting a A. I'm getting a A. Okay. Now I'm getting again a B, right? I'm getting again a B. Okay, so now you can see my one more string, one more times my ABC has occurred, and in a order only, right? Now I will try to make last one because I want total 3. Now I'm getting A, so I will write it here. Now I'm getting a B, I will write it here, right? Now you can see my string is empty, but there is a requirement of one more C here, which I haven't got, which means the answer of this case is no, right? Okay, this is how I can get whether the answer is possible or not by only backtracking the problem array only, which means, for example, there's a string, there's a length k, there is a k and length n. What I will do, I will simply try to make subsequence of k length total n number of times in this subsequence, which means it are not intermixing also. If total number of total n pairs are occurring here, then next n pair should be occurring here. Then next pair should be occurring here. So this is the condition which I am getting. Now how to get the answer? Which means how to print which string is not coming in this test case. So this is a part where which I was not able to solve quickly in this problem set. So simply, so there is an observation in this case. For example, if I am having like A, B, B, C, C, and B, A, and B. Okay, so I will try to make subsequence again. I'm getting a single A. Okay, A. I'm getting a B. Okay, A is now you can see my again A is occurring, but I will not detect what I want. I want a unique occurrence, which means I want to either make ABC or a BCA or all the 6 permutations of ABC possible. Now I am getting B, which is unique. I will add it. Now I will see. I'm again getting a B, but B is already present in this pair, so I will not get this B. So I will now came to C. Okay, now C is not present in this pair, so I will take C. Okay, now done. Now next pair. I'm okay, now you can see my one pair is completed of ABC. Now I will try to make another pair. Now I'm getting a C. Whether C is there is no string. No, C is not there. So I will put it. Now I'm getting again A. Whether A is here. No, again is no. A is not here. So I will put A also. Now you can see whether there is B in this pair. No, B is also there. So I will put B also. Okay. Okay, done. Now what I will do, I will simply now check whether A is there in next pair. No, A is not there. So I will put it. Whether B is there. No, it is not there. So I will put it. Now what is the answer? How to print this answer? So if you observe, the answer is pretty much clear. There is one deficiency in this pair. Okay, right. Now you can see if you were able to pair if you were able to make all the n number of pairs, then answer is yes. But if you are not able to make total number of n pairs, which means there is a some number which is not there. That means there is a some characters among k characters which is not occurring in this in the last substring. Okay, that's why I was not able to complete the pair. Okay, right. Now now that in this case is C. Okay, so this is a hint, which means C would always be there in my string which is not occurring which is not occurring in this string. So I will write C. Okay, now what are the other possible? So if you notice the last two characters of every possible achievable string which I was getting. So if I write it like here only C and B, then this is my answer. Now you can see whether C B C is there. Now you can note there. My C is here, right? B is also here, but now you can see my another C is not occurring in this case. So that's why my answer is C B C only. So let me repeat how what I am doing. First of all, I'm trying to make subsequences of first k characters, and which should be independent of each other. Which means after one occurrence of ABC or BCA, I will try to make from another pair. For example, in this case, my ABC is getting over here, which means next pair I should find ahead of this part. So ahead of this part, I'm getting CAB, right? I'm getting a CAB also. Now, right now, next part should be AB. But I'm now you can see what are the total number of pair which I want. The total number of pair which I want is 3. but I am only getting two number of complete pair, which means third pair isn't complete at all, which means the answer of in this case will be no. Okay, if the answer is no, what is the possible string which is not coming? The possible string is will be the last pair, the last character of each and every possible pair which I was formed. For example, in this case it is C, which is occurring at last. In this case it is B, which is occurring at last. And in this case, for the last character, I will check which is a character whose frequency is not completed. For example, my C frequency is not completed at all. So I will find that character C. So I will simply find the character C and print the number of times it hasn't occurred. For example, in this case, my total number of pair which I want is 3. Okay, the total number of pair I want is 3. That is n only, but I am only getting 2 complete pairs, which means the number of times which I was not able to getting the pair, I will print C that number of times. Okay, so let me debug one more test case for you. For example, in this case, my n is 4 and my case, let's suppose it is equal to 3 again. So let's suppose make another case. Let is my case 4 is my case also 4, my n is also 4, and the string which I'm having is like A, B, B, D, and let's suppose C, and again like A, B, C, A, D, and again like D, B, C, A, and lastly let's suppose it will be, let's suppose it is not here again A, let's suppose this is a string which I'm getting. So first of all, what I'm doing, what is my character set? My character set is A, B, and C and D. So I will try to form ABCD for ABCD four number of times which I'm getting, which I can get, because this is the minimum possible string which I can, which should be there in this string to make all the possible subsequences. Okay, so I will try to make. First of all, my pair is empty. I will pick it A. Okay, now my B is coming, so I will pick B also. Now my B is already there in this pair, so I will not pick. And now I can also pick this D also. I will pick D. Okay. Now I will also pick C because C is also not there. Now you can see by picking C, my pair is complete of A, B, C, D. Right. My one pair is completed. Now I will try to form another pair. Right. Now I'm getting A. Whether A is there, not A is not there. A is also there. A is there. Now whether my B is there, no, B is not there. So I will let B. C is there, no, C is not there. A is there, yes, A is there. Whether D is there, no, D is not there. So I will put it D. Now tell me whether my pair is complete of ABCD. Yes, A, B, C and D. My pair is completed. Right. I will make it mark. Now tell me I will now to form, now I will try to form another pair. Whether D is there new pair. No, D is new there, not there. I will put it D. Whether B is there. No, B is not there. I will put it B. Whether C is there. No, C is also not there. So I will simply put C also. Now my string is empty. Now tell me whether I was able to form total number of 4 pairs, because my length is total 4 achievable. I should able to make 4 pairs, but no, I was not able to make 4 pairs. So what are the total number of pairs which I was able to form completely? That were 2 pairs which I was able to form completely, and these 2 pairs were remaining empty. And this is empty space. Now what is a string which is not coming in this? What is the subsequence which is not coming in this? So that is, I will simply pick the last pair. That is C of this pair, D of this pair. I will write it C and I will write D. Okay, I will add it. Now you can see what is a deficient in this case. So deficient in this case A, which means if I was able to get A here, then I can complete this pair. So that's why I will write it here. But how many times? How many times that you can see how many times A is not occurring? A should occur at most 2 times, because 2 number of pairs are not there. Total number of 4 pairs I want, 2 pair I have. So total number of pairs which I was not able to get are 2 only. So total 2 times I will write the deficient character, which is A. I will write A and A. Now you can check whether A is there. Okay, C is here, D is also here, but CDAA is not there in this subsequent, in this string. So in this case, my answer is CDAA. So this is the whole implementation of this problem C. So if I show you code, First of all, what I'm doing, I'm simply making a frequency array of size k. But you can see my k is at most 26, so I can make this. Now what I'm doing, I'm simply increasing the frequency of each and every character. Right. Now if every point, now if any point, I'm getting all the frequencies, which means my none of the frequency is zero. Then in this case, what I'm doing, I'm simply marking all the frequencies as zero for the next pair. I'm increasing my count of pairs because you can see my total I want is total number of n pairs, and marking the last character which I have from you can see in this the C is a character by adding which in this pair I'm able to complete my pair. So this you can see the current character I is that character which I am adding in my frequency so that my string is completed. That's why I'm adding a I in my string. Now you can see if my count is greater than or equal to n, which means total number of n pairs I was able to form using this ABCD, then I will simply print yes. Else I will simply print no and find the character which was deficient in the last pair. For example, in this case, my last deficient character was A. So I will find whose frequency was 0. I will find the character and print my initial string which is C and D, which I was getting from the last characters. You can see my string and printing the characters which printing the character A which was deficient, total number of remaining time which was 2 times, total number of 2 times. So this is the whole implementation of Problemset. So if you have any doubts in these three problems, you can comment me down and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Till then, stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.